بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين. اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا. ربي زدني علما. اللهم إني أعوذ بك أن أضل أو أظلم أو أظلم وأنا ظالم. الحمد لله وبه نستعين في أمور الدنيا والدين. My dear and respected brothers and elders in Islam and sisters, yesterday we analyzed the Aqidah al-Ash'ariyah and Aqidah al-Tahawiyah. Both of them come to the same conclusion, as we said, and we talked about the different parts of the oneness of Allah. And we said that the Prophet was only teaching for 13 years, he was teaching the Sahaba the oneness of Allah. And he was only telling them about what is La ilaha illallah. And we continued and we said that is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala azza wa jal, it is a must for him to exist. In other words, if Allah does not exist, it negates the existence of anything else. In other words, there can't be samawat, skies, or ard, except if Allah exists. In other words, His pre-existence gives us our existence. And if we say, where did Allah come from? Then we go into something called ad-dawr wa tasalsul, which means it's like a circle. It begins at one point and it just keeps going around. That if we say, if Allah came from something else, then where did that thing come from? And where did that other thing come from? And where did that other thing come from? And where did that other thing come from? We'll just keep going around in the circle and we'll end up at one point saying that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala azza wa jal, this dawr wa tasalsul, this circle of evolution or existence that the atheists speak about, it is an impossibility. In other words, it is void, it is impossible, it is not in the logical mind of man. And we say Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala azza wa jal, He always existed, and forever always His existence was there. Yajibu lillahi al-wujud, it is a must for Allah to exist. And then we go on to the next point. So Allah, since He exists and it's a must for Him to exist, and it is no way that we can say Allah does not exist, because as-samawat, the sky and the earth, and the creation all are pointing to that they all have a creator. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala azza wa jal, He is not like the creation. He was always qadim, He was always there. It is saying that Allah is always there and everything is in need of Him. And He did not have a pre-existence. In other words, He didn't come out of non-existence. He always existed. Allah always existed and He will forever always exist. Everything will perish. Everything will perish. Kullu shay'in halikun illa wajhu. Everything will come to a state of non-existence. In other words, it will perish and none will remain except your Lord, the Most High, subhanahu wa ta'ala azza wa jal. Allah will always remain. Yajibu lillahi al-wujud wal-qidam. So that's only wujud that we talked about, that He must exist. Wal-qidam, qadim means old, not in terms of age or anything like that. In other words, Allah, He doesn't have an age like we have an age. We go from 1 all the way to 50, sometimes 60, some end up in 70, and some, if they're lucky, they end up to 100. Allah subhanahu azza wa jal, He is qadim, old in terms of old, not old age, but old, in other words, in every single age, and He was there. And when there was nothing, Allah, He was existing. And He subhanahu wa ta'ala azza wa jal, He did not need us, or he did not need the creation, but he wanted us. He wanted us to. He wanted to be known, so he created us so we can know about him, and that is Allah. Wanting us to know about him, that exists the creation, and he came out of non-existence, and there's nothing like him. يجب الله الوجود والقدم والبقاء, and Allah, He's baqi. Everything will go perish, and He will always be there. يجب الله الوجود والقدم والبقاء والغنى المطلق, and He is self-sufficient. He is not in need of all the creation, but the creation is all in need of Him. In other words, whenever you do something, you will always be in need of somebody else or something else or something to aid you. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He is self-sufficient. He is not in need of anything, and everything is in need of Him. In every single state, we, the creation, are in need of Allah. And you cannot say we do not need Allah, because that is not logical. Even if you say that, then you are only fooling yourself. Wallahu al-musta'anu ala ma na'lam wa huwa a'lam ala kulli shay. Wastaghfirullah li wa lakum fastaghfiruhu huwa al-ghafur rahim. Inshallah, we'll continue another video about the aqidah at-tahawiyya. Wallahu a'lam.